In every presidential election cycle, people say on both sides, oh, this is the most important election in American history. Well, as a presidential historian, and I know about all the elections, no, it's not. It's not even close. I could take another podcast and talk about elections that really were way more important than where we are now. Plus, we have the Constitution well established. It's going to take a lot to overturn that, even though some will try, but we're pretty safe no matter who's elected. Now, I will say this. This election is certainly the most absurd, bizarre, funny, crazy that we've ever had. Okay, you got one guy, without question, the most hated candidate of all time, and the other candidate has dementia. I mean, that makes this for a really unique pairing, to say the least. Add to that the fact both candidates are the oldest ever. It's just going to make it for a fun time. And I say this often, I'm still amazed that we live in a country where when you're, mid-70s or above and you're looking for a career, your choice is pretty much Walmart greeter or President of the United States. And so it's a good question we always ask. How out of 300 plus million people did we come up with these two? I get it. Maybe someday we can find the answer to that. But I do think there's something very, very clear about this election that I want to appeal to you about. I mentioned that one candidate, I guess you know which one that is. That's the most hated of all time. That is Trump. And a lot of people are going to vote for Biden because they hate Trump. Well, here's the problem with that. If you vote for Joe Biden, you're voting for a lot of people on the Democrat side who literally hate America. And that's why I asked the question, which is worse, or which side do you fall on? Do you hate Trump more, or do you hate America more? And most of you are probably saying, wait a second, I don't hate America. I know. I don't either, but you got to ask yourself, are you going to vote for the Hate America Party? Because that's where many of those people are. And I don't think Joe Biden is there, but I would love for him to be asked the question, do you love America? And by the way, James Madison, and I think it was Federalist Paper 51, said the one supreme thing that a candidate for president should have is love for his country, love for America. I don't think he can answer that with just a yes. He's going to have to skirt it somewhat. Ilhan Omar, who represents this far-left crazy wing of the party, the Hate America side, which, by the way, is incredible, thinking that it was America who saved her from maybe the most awful government ever in Somalia. And just as a young woman, she rises up to become a congressman. Let me give you a quote that she said recently. She said, "We can't stop with just the criminal justice system." And here I quote, "We must begin the work of dismantling the whole system of oppression." In other words, hate America. It's got to go. Tear it down. So the vote may be, do you hate Trump more or do you hate America more?